Lightweights, and thank you for tuning in to my very first reaction video for The Last of Us. I will be doing first time viewing reactions, blind reactions, whatever you want to call them, to this series. I'm very, very excited for it. For those of you who've been watching my Batman reactions, I will be posting this once a week. Obviously Batman won't be on those days, and then Batman will be all the other days of the week. So like I said, all of this will be my first time watching that I react to it, except for this very first episode. For those of you who have been following the channel, you know that I had the privilege, the honor to be invited to an event in New York City where I got to watch the first episode with HBO. So that was very, very cool. So this reaction to this episode is not a blind reaction. All of the rest of them will be though, so you won't need to worry about that after this. I do have my tissues ready because obviously you know what's coming. I sobbed hysterically multiple times during the first game, during the second game, when I replayed the first game, I sobbed again. It's just, it's a heavy hitting story, and I'm sure this series is going to destroy me watching it as well. Very, very excited. If you're new here, or if you've been around but you haven't already, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell button when you do so that you know when I post future reaction and gameplay videos. Alright guys, here we go.
Because of air travel.
Through the air. Coughing.
I'm sorry, I meant people on planes. That was something you described in your book.
Yes.
I presume the prospect of a viral pandemic keeps you up at night as well.
No.
All right, well, that's our show.
No.
Not bacteria, not viruses, so...
Fungus. There are some fungi who seek not to kill, but to control. There's a fungus that infects insects, gets inside an ant, for example, bending the ant's mind to its will, like a puppeteer with a marionette. It begins to devour its host from within.
So terrifying.
Fungi cannot survive if its host's internal temperature is over 94 degrees. What if, for instance, the world were to get slightly warmer? Any one of them could become capable of burrowing into our brains and taking control, not of millions of us, but billions of us.
So if that happens...
we lose.
The way they did that, fucking terrifying. I'm just so happy they included this main theme. I know it's modified, but the fact that the core of this theme is in here just makes me so happy. And Joel and Ellie. I'm so excited to be watching this again.
Where's the pancake mix?
Oh, was that?
I was gonna make you birthday pancakes.
You get your homework done? Fractions?
Sounded so unnatural for him.
Jakarta. Where is that, Middle East?
And in fact, it's the capital of Indonesia. I could come by after school, but just for like a little bit.
She'll take what you got. We got a lot of extra here. Y'all want some biscuits?
But I'm on Atkins.
What now?
Yes, you need to know this. Homework is due. End of class tomorrow.
So that is a little slip up I think I caught. I'm gonna listen for it, this rewatching of it, but I think that statement doesn't make sense based off of later stuff.
There you are, sweetie.
Sorry.
I was getting worried.
I was getting something for my dad.
I was thinking we'd make some cookies.
Chocolate chip?
Raisin.
It's taking over.
You know what? My dad's gonna be back real soon. I should go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Did you?
What? Durling.
Yeah, I know.
I love that.
Drugs. I sell hardcore drugs.
It's better when I...
Sounds just like her.
Borrowed from the Adlers.
I love that they use that movie. Okay, so my first thought was, Why is he letting her start a movie at 10 p.m. on a school night? Because the teacher said homework's due at the end of class tomorrow. Which means it's a weeknight. But
I'm in jail. You gotta bail me out.
Now?
It's Friday. You don't get me out tonight, I'm in here all weekend.
Okay. Fucking idiot.
But there we find out it's Friday. As a former teacher, I've definitely done that before, where I've said it's due at the end of the day tomorrow on a Friday. So let's just pretend it's the teacher losing her mind, because we do that.
Indoors. Law enforcement and emergency services are in the area.
Come on, Mercy, please. Mercy!
Listen, I don't know if I'm a chicken, or if she's brave, or if she's stupid, but if the dog got out, and the doors were open, and I heard it crash, I don't think I'd be going in there. I think I'd be going to call the cops. I've seen too many scary movies. Look at him try to warn her with his eyes. Ugh.
You killed her. Baby, I'm sorry.
It's Jimmy's place.
Straight from the games. I fucking love it.
All right, keep going, keep going. Shit, Tommy!
The juke out. Fuck. This is so much more, like, I feel like so much more stressful and intense. I don't know why. In comparison to playing.
We gotta get off the street! Shit! Head to the river, I'll find a way!
So creepy. So creepy.
Don't move!
We're not sick.
I got 2 civilians by the river.
We're not sick. Sir. We are not sick!
I'm sorry.
Please, stop. No. You're okay. You're okay. Move your hand, baby. No, I know.
Tommy, help me!
Come on, get up. Come on, baby.
Having a daughter now makes that so much worse.
And, how did you get this? It's just a little needle.
She's so fucking talented.
You're safe.
Oxy?
Hydro.
Hey, do yourself a favor. Stay off the streets for the next few nights.
Fuck you. Hey, people are gonna come looking for me. People from Fedra, you hear me? Let me out or you're gonna pay, motherfuckers!
I got jumped by a couple guys. I need you to take a breath.
What?
The guys who jumped me were with Robert. He sold our battery to someone else. I need you to take a breath. Now, I promised Robert that you wouldn't hurt him. But I would very much like for you to hurt him. So let's go hunt that motherfucker down and get our battery and our truck. And then we'll go find Tommy.
We've been blowing up meaningless Fedra targets spread out all over the QZ. What's the point of this? And why do you have some random girl locked in a room?
I want Fedra everywhere but here.
We're quitting?
No, we're taking that random girl locked in that room west.
If you're feeling lost.
Tell me to look for the light and I'll break your jaw.
So, Veronica, how you feeling?
Is it gonna happen?
No. Where are you gonna go? Back to Fedra military school?
They put me there when I was a baby. It's for orphans.
They didn't put you there. I did. Ellie.
Why won't you let me go home?
Because you have a greater purpose than any of us could have ever imagined.
Oh shit, that was. Oh.
Marlene?
We were gonna move Ellie out of the zone tonight. You're gonna do it.
The hell we are.
With them.
We'll get her to your crew at the State House. But before we hand her over, they give us everything that we want. If not, we kill her there and then. Deal.
Really? What are you doing?
Killing time.
Well, what am I supposed to do?
I'm sure you'll figure that out.
Your watch is broken.
It looks like he's trying so hard not to smile there.
You got a jacket in your pack?
Yeah.
Okay, get it. It's time to go.
That would be so fucking heavy. Joel's like, I'm too old for this shit.
What the hell?
Hey, don't move!
You gotta be shitting me. Get on your fucking knees.
Hold on.
What'd I fucking tell you, man? I said stay the fuck home.
Really, man?
Yep, I'm doing this by the book. Risk my job for half off. Out of your fucking mind.
We can fix this.
I love how they did that.
No, I'm not sick.
Joe!
I am not sick.
Joe!
This is 3 weeks old. Nobody lasts more than a day.
Joel, we gotta move. We gotta move, Joel!
Got the clicker. All right, guys. So, as I said, obviously that was... Did you hear that? Great content on this channel. What can I say? Obviously, as I said, this episode I had already seen, so it was not a blind playthrough. It was not a blind reaction. I'm just firing on all cylinders right now. But it's just still so fucking good, you guys. It's so fucking good. Everybody in this episode was so talented. It's literally mind-blowing how people can have so much talent. They nailed it. So if you've been around the channel for a while, you know that I am a huge fan of The Last of Us, both parts. I don't want to hear shenanigans in the comments about it. Don't want to hear it. I didn't play Factions because I didn't play these games until much more recently. Obviously, I played the remake of Part 1, but the first time I played Part 1 was like maybe 2 years ago now. So I never played Factions. I have seen on social media that there was a couple references. I think I saw that song at the end was a Factions reference. So obviously that didn't mean anything to me, but it was still cool because that is, correct me if I'm wrong, an 80s song. So they were warning of danger ahead. In terms of the episode as a whole, from my perspective of someone who's played the game other than Factions, I just love what they did with it. I love it. I feel like they had the perfect amount of actual things from the game in there. I felt like there were scenes where I felt like I was watching cutscenes from the game. But then they took stories that they only reference in the game in passing, or stories that they kind of allude to, and they are seeming to delve into them deeper. Obviously, it's only one episode, so I can't speak for the whole season. But based off of this episode, it seems like that would be a really cool trend. The fact that the whole first chunk of this episode was from Sarah's perspective, like she was the main character. In the game, obviously you play as Sarah in the beginning, but it's for a very brief period of time and you're just exploring the house, so you don't really get to delve deeply into her character. What they did with this, by having you follow her character, going to school, bantering with her dad and Tommy, going to the neighbor's house, picking up the DVD that her dad loves, going to actually get the watch fixed, you get to see all of that. Makes me personally, I feel like everybody, connect with her character more. So her death is just so horrible. I mean, it was horrible in the game, don't get me wrong, but like I feel like it was so much worse because you started to build that connection to her and really like her character, and it just made it so much worse. I love how they had those moments. I'm going to call it PTSD. Please don't be offended if that's not actually what it is. But I love how they showed the moments of Joel with his PTSD, with his trauma, tying back to that. Anytime he fell asleep, you heard the subtle replaying in his mind in the background. You saw how he was trying to cope with not being able to sleep, because he clearly always dreams about that with the alcohol, with the pills. And then at the end there, when he snaps and he, I'm assuming, kills that guy from beating his face in, because it triggered him and brought back those flashes. I love how they showed that. One thing I think is interesting is that I feel like in the game, I just automatically hated Fedra. I didn't think anything was redeemable about them right from the get-go. You just really pretty much don't like Fedra because they're, trying to kill you from the very almost beginning. But I feel like in this, they gave Fedra a softer side, I guess I'll say. So obviously when that one kid was first brought in and wasn't infected, it showed you that not everybody in Fedra is just like heartless militants. That Fedra officer was really shaken by the fact that this kid was infected. She portrayed that beautifully. I already said that in the episode. If I don't cut that part out. And she, was trying to calm him, trying to soothe him. Meanwhile, they were killing him. And obviously that is very harsh, but they probably don't really have much of an alternative unless they kick him out, which would have been so much worse. So obviously you saw the very militant side and the following the strict rules. They hanged those 3 people for sneaking into quarantine zones. They were shooting up that Firefly guy. But they also, I feel like they made it so you understood where they were coming from a little bit more. They're seemingly trying to keep the peace. They seem less like military dictators in this episode and more like they're trying to keep this area from falling apart and infection coming in. So I thought that was an interesting take as well. Not that they'll necessarily stick with that the whole time, but I felt like they gave them more of a heart in this than they do in the game. I'm sure there's a million other things that I'm missing, but it's very late, so my brain is not really working anymore. I loved it. And I hope you guys really enjoyed the first episode. Like I said, from episode 2 on will be my first time watching with the reaction for you guys. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Make sure you have hit that bell button so that you know when I post the next video. Like I said, I'll be posting these once a week. I don't know what day of the week it will be. I'm going to aim for Tuesday, so we'll see. But I'll be posting it once a week. And yeah, I think that's everything. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it. I said things all out of order and now I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, have an amazing day.